As we come down to the middle of the edit page, you'll see these tools. If we put our cursor over it, this is the arrow tool is what allows me to select something. I've now got the audio selected. Oh, and just by the way, when I selected that, notice how the inspector changes to audio related information. If I click back on the main video clip, we go back to the video related tools that are available for us. The next tool I'm going to show you how to use is the blade tool. We're going to click on this. One way to use this is to just position it in the timeline. You can see that the clip updates in the window. And depending on where I place it, I'll click the mouse and that'll put a cut point in both the video and the audio. Another way to do this is to position the playhead where you want it by sliding this back and forth, and then from the keyboard do a Command or Control B, and that will also do a cut. Now I'm going to click away from the selection. I'm going to click the range that I want to remove. I'm going to press the delete key on the keyboard, and then I'm going to empty the space. Another way we can do that is we can do a Shift delete once I've selected it, and that will delete the clip and the space simultaneously. A tool that I use a lot that really speeds up my editing is I position the playhead where I want it at the beginning of a clip. Now this is clip specific, and I hold down the Command or Control Shift key, and then I click on the left square bracket, and that does a delete. It deletes everything from the beginning of the clip to that point. On the other end, if I go down here and I do a Command or Control Shift and a right square bracket, that shortens the clip to that point. And this is something, as I say, I use all the time. So now moving to the right, we're going to come back to these three tools here, which is Insert, Overwrite, and Replace, and take a look at snapping. So right now, with snapping turned on, when I slide the playhead, notice how it snaps to that cut. If I turn it off, notice that it doesn't snap to anything. Another thing to notice is when I drag the clip, this cut portion of the clip on the right side here, I drag it away and I bring it towards that clip, it snaps in. If I turn it off, it does not. So there'll be times when you want to use both of those options, on and off. This little guy here is for link selections. We can turn this off and separate the audio from the video if we want. In this case, we're going to just leave it on. Moving to the right, we're not going to play with position lock today, but we are going to look at flags. So we have two different things here. We have flags and we have markers. Flags typically are used to indicate an issue or a problem on a clip. Let's say that, for instance, I notice that there's a problem here with the exposure changing. I'm just going to flag it with whatever color flag I want. Notice it flags the entire clip even though it's cut. Now, if I wanted to specify a specific location where that was happening, I could click on a marker to set the beginning and set another marker here. I might come back and look at this and see if there's a way to salvage this or not. As we move to the right, we click on this button and we get the ability to turn off or on waveforms, as you can see. We can also add stack timelines, which is an advanced feature. We'll talk about that later. Our clip view options include the one we're looking at, this view where it's just showing us a small image at the beginning and the end of each clip, or this view where there's no image shown at all. If you've got if you've got a lot of clips and you want to minimize space. The next piece is we can control the height of the video track and the audio track right here. The last piece I want to show you on here is this, the plus and minus here. I can drag that and size it. I can click on the plus, I can click on the minus. If I just want to fit the timeline to the window, I can do a keyboard command, Shift Z, and that's going to expand it out.